Hi Scorpio, welcome. Thanks so much for joining me on the Fool's Journey Tarot. This is a general love reading for the sign of Scorpio for this upcoming week, which includes this last part of June and into July. Today is Saturday, June 27th, 2020. So this is a general love reading, and that means it can apply to just about anything in your life, romantic relationships or otherwise. Don't forget to be flexible with the energy. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards or the pronouns I'm using to describe them. You may feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. My intention is to reach those that need the message and will benefit from the message. So parts of this reading may resonate, other parts may not. Take what does, leave behind what doesn't. And hopefully by the time you finish watching this, you feel like you got something valuable out of it. Okay, Scorpio, so we're going to get started. I'm going to give this first deck one more good shuffle. And then let's see what's going on for Scorpio. Here we go. I'm going to start off with the High Priestess in reverse and Justice. The Nine of Swords in reverse, Two of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and then we have the Emperor in reverse. So I feel like something's coming around, something's coming your way, Scorpio. Something maybe you've been waiting for, or some kind of thing you've been expecting to go your way. Sylvester, I'm not opening the window right now. I feel like this is something that's been on your mind for a while. Possibly something related to a work situation or a goal or something you've been moving toward. No, you need to get down on the ground right now. He wants to sit in the window, but all of my neighbors are out there doing their thing. I live in a complex of 6 houses, and nobody really has yards, and so we're all relatively close to each other. So when everybody's out and about, there's a lot of external noise, so I'm keeping the window closed because of that. But he wants to sit there, but he can't right now. And I feel bad because I know he loves to sit in the window, but, you know, we all have to make sacrifices sometimes, right, Scorpio? We all do. And today is Sylvester's day to make some sacrifices. I'm just saying. Okay, so let's move on. Let's get some more cards out here. This is kind of a basic general message to start, so let's see what else we get for you, Scorpio. We have the Three of Pentacles, this time in reverse. And then the Ace of Wands. The Hermit in reverse. The Devil. The World. The Hanged Man in reverse. Eight of Cups. And then we have the Ten of Swords again, but this time in the upright position. Okay, so I'm still not getting any real clear specific messages, but what I am seeing is that it feels like something has ended, something that was unsatisfactory. This could be job related, something that you weren't happy with, something that you weren't content with, and I feel like that's coming to an end or coming to a close, and then something new is coming your way, something that you did want or something that you were hoping for, kind of biding your time, waiting for it to come around, and I feel like it is, but it's because something else is coming to a close. This could be job related, could be related to a connection or relationship or someone that you're working with. No, don't come up here. Aye. I feel like this is something where you've, it feels like you've been trying something, it hasn't been satisfactory, quitting it, moving on to something new, trying that, it's unsatisfactory, quitting that, moving on to something new. It's like you're trying on these different pairs of shoes until you find the exact right fit. Maybe you're actually out shoe shopping. I don't know, Scorpio. That's what I've got right now. It's just a real general kind of basic message indicating you've been maybe testing the waters with regard to different things. It feels like it's work related, and it's just been unsatisfactory, and so you've moved away from that and tried something new, but it doesn't feel like there is any rhyme or reason to it. It's almost like it's haphazard, kind of like it's random. I'm gonna, no, this is no fun, I'm gonna try this now. Or, no, I tried this for a while, it wasn't my cup of tea, so now I'm going to go on and I'm going to try this now. That's what I've got from these first few cards, but honestly, it feels more like anything that it's kind of random, that it's kind of just haphazard. It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of intention being put forth into the next new thing that's being tried. Does that make sense, Scorpio? And I get this feeling like you're not quite focused on any one particular direction because you don't have focus on any one particular direction. It's more like you're just kind of grabbing things off the shelf. I'm going to try this product now and see if I like it. And then you get home, you try it, you don't like it, toss it in the trash, go to the store, pull something else off the shelf and try that. That's what I'm getting from these first few cards. So let's get some more cards out and see if we can't come up with any more details for you. We have the Three of Pentacles again in the upright this time. Is that the Knight? Page of Pentacles? The Page and the Knight in this deck are both elephants with pentacles in their trunks, but the page is smaller, so they look similar. The Hermit in reverse again. You got a lot of repeats, Scorpio. Four of Swords in reverse. The Knight of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. Three of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Seven of Wands. So here we are again. Please don't come up here. Aye. He is driving me nuts, Scorpio. I love that cat dearly, but he wants me to open the window, and I'm just not. So here we are again, Scorpio, with you. I just get that same sense that you've tried something. you tried something new, you want to give it a shot, you want to see how it goes, and then you realize, this isn't for me. I need to drop this. I need to move on to something different. If I try something new, maybe it'll be the right thing this time. I know that my new beginning, okay, Sylvester, you put yourself in it. I'm sorry, Scorpio. I have to help him because he's now, go ahead, move on. He got into this other window and realized he couldn't turn around, and he was trying to back up, and that meant he was going to fall onto the table and mess up my shit. And here he is now. Okay, come on, Sylvester. All of the neighbors are out. All of them are out. They're all out, like smoking on their porches and stuff. I am not going to have all this external noise. Come on. He's got to go. He's just got to go. Okay, sorry, Scorpio. So again, I get this feeling like trying something new, not happy with it, trying something different. This next new thing is going to be exactly what I need, exactly what I want. And I also feel, Scorpio, that you're also feeling like if I'm happy and content with this next new thing, that there's this hint of a potential new relationship coming my way as well. Like if you find that next new thing, whether it's a job or maybe you're looking for new places to live or new hobbies or new social groups that you want to join, there's just something about trying these new things. They're all just not satisfactory, and I think part of it has to do with maybe seeking out new love, maybe looking for those new connections. It doesn't have to be romantic. Maybe you're looking for a new group of friends, a social circle or social group of people that are interested in the same things that you're interested in. Just wanting to try new things, but you keep hitting that wall and realizing, nope, this isn't it. I gotta move on again and try something different because this is not what I was looking for. And there is a sense of not having control or not really having a vision or a direction. It's just kind of mindless, like you're kind of stabbing at the dark. But somehow, for whatever reason, Scorpio, it feels like you feel like this is the way to do it. Like it's random. It's going to happen when it happens, kind of leaving things up to fate. But at this point in time, fate doesn't seem to be cooperating. And this set of cards over here is pretty interesting. I'm going to show them to you, but I haven't really come up with the Hermit twice in reverse with the Nine of Swords. I think you start something new, you kind of get in your head thinking, okay, I started this new thing, things should start feeling good for me. I'm feeling content now with this new job or this new hobby or this new social circle that I've gotten involved with. But then realizing, no, this isn't for me. And it's just almost this, I think the devil showed up because there's just this level of dissatisfaction no matter what. Almost like just feeling really discontent and maybe a little frustrated. Why aren't things moving my way? Why am I not finding what I want to find? Why am I always dissatisfied with the things that I'm trying? There's got to be something out there that strikes my interest, says Scorpio. And with this Knight of Cups out here, I get the feeling like in the long run, what you would like to do is really meet a person or multiple people, those connections that make something worthwhile, that make something feel positive, satisfactory, those connections and relationships with people, with like-minded people, where you feel like, oh yeah, okay, now I've finally found my niche, right? I've now finally found where I feel comfortable, or where I feel at home. This is where I belong. There's that sense that that's your ultimate goal, is to find the spot or the place or the job or the group of people that just makes you feel content and at home and happy. So that's what I've got so far. Let's get this next deck out here for you, Scorpio, and see what else we come up with. We've got the World. And then the Ace of Wands in reverse this time, clarifying the Ace of Wands. See, again, this is one of those things where I'm starting something new, trying this now, and then just doesn't work out. This is not it. I don't want to do this, so I'm going to try something else new. Trying something new, I'm not very satisfied with this. Let's try this now. But it's almost like you're not really giving a lot, whatever these new things are for you that you're trying, Scorpio. You're not giving them a whole lot of time, a whole lot of energy, because I think you're realizing quickly that this isn't right for you. This isn't what you were looking for. I don't feel like it takes a whole lot of time for you to start and stop these new endeavors. You're feeling very fickle, Scorpio. Let me just put it that way. Just very like, I mean, it really does almost feel like you're sitting in a shoe store and you've got 10 pairs of shoes sitting in front of you and you're trying on every pair, and the shoe salesman's getting frustrated with you because you're like, no, I don't like this color. Oh, this one's too tight. No, the heel is too high on this one. Oh, my feet are getting hot in this pair. No, I don't like the suede on the side. I don't like the way the shoelaces look. I mean, you've got all of these different reasons for not liking each pair of shoes, and the shoe salesman is just rolling his eyes thinking, what the F is up with Scorpio? I mean, do you even want a pair of shoes? Why don't you just go ahead and try your bare feet out of my store? Because I don't think I have a pair of shoes for you, Scorpio, that you're going to be happy with. I mean, I just don't. That's what I've got right now. It's a real simple message, but that's what I've got, Scorpio. Start and stop for Scorpio. Okay, here we are with this man doing the same thing. Start and stop in the window. Are the people in their houses? Yes, they're in their houses. I'm going to open the window for him. Go ahead, little man. Now you've got the window open. No, you can't go that way, though. Come on, stop acting like Scorpio. Sit in the window. Honestly, Scorpio. He's doing the same thing you're doing. Oh shit, I shuffled again. I didn't mean to shuffle. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Because I had put these two cards out. I've done this in the past before, so obviously Spirit wanted me to shuffle some more. I've got two of these cards out here. They were the World and the Ace of Wands. Definitely significant cards in this reading. But we're going to go ahead and get an extra couple of cards out here. Because I shuffled again, before putting out the rest of them. And some of my neighbors are still outside. Nobody can make up their minds around here. Okay, so now we have the Sun in reverse. Just lack of clarity. Not being able to figure it out. And then we have the Two of Cups. Again, I do feel like this is related to the connections, relationships of people surrounding you, of people that you're meeting with these new endeavors. They're just not satisfactory for you, Scorpio. You're not making those connections. You're not clicking with people. And that's important to you. King of Pentacles in reverse. King of Cups in reverse. The Star in reverse. The Nine of Cups. Strength. And then we have the Five of Cups. So again, I just want to show these two cards and then I'm going to get this last round out. I do feel, Scorpio, that you are definitely looking for those specific connections with regard to whatever it is that you're starting and stopping, you're trying and you're giving up, trying something new, giving up. The connections that you're making are important as well. You could be looking for love. I mean, I do have some cards indicating that could be a priority for you with the Two of Cups in reverse, Knight of Cups, and then we've got the King of Cups, and then King of Pentacles. I feel like these people are representing perhaps the connections you're making where you're not sensing that level of loyalty or investment or quality of relationship that you're seeking, whether it be in love or friendships, those connections where you're going to meet the people who are going to have your back no matter what, that kind of thing. And I think what you're realizing is that whatever it is that you're trying or you're, getting involved in is not ultimately presenting you with the kind of connections that will provide you with a certain level of satisfaction with whatever it is that you're doing. And again, this could be that you are actually looking for love. Or it could also mean that you're just looking for your people. Scorpio's looking for their people. And I don't feel like you found them yet. So let's get this last round out, Scorpio, see what else we get. Queen of Swords in reverse. Ten of Cups. Seven of Swords. King of Swords. Six of Wands in reverse. And Knight of Swords. Nine of Wands. And then the Knight of Wands in reverse. So, okay, so we have this King of Swords that showed up here. The King of Swords to me can represent your higher self. We have the Queen of Swords up here too. Both of them came out in this last round. This could represent your higher self, your spirit guides talking to you. Could also be actual people in your life. But typically, the King and Queen of Swords are very direct, very blunt, very... they could feel cold in nature when it comes to their methods of communication because they don't sugarcoat things. They don't pussyfoot around with trying to make you feel good about what they have to say. They're just going to give you the facts. The Queen of Swords in reverse can be someone who is very negative in nature. This can be somebody who's very bitchy, somebody who's very harsh and cutting with her words. This person, if this is an actual person in your life, this is somebody who is actually criticizing you for your wishy-washy nature. I'm using her words, okay? I'm not the Queen of Swords here, okay? So don't get mad, Scorpio. But she's upset about your wishy-washy nature, about not knowing what you want, about not being able to figure this out. She's like, oh, you already tried this, but you didn't give it more than a month. How do you know you don't like it already? Now you're onto something new. This feels like one of those people that can be really critical in nature and offering advice when you're not asking for it. This could be somebody, a mothering type individual, or a friend, quote unquote, right? Quote, end quote, quote, unquote. I never know what it is. Is it end quote or unquote? Whatever. This is that person who may be doing exactly the same thing you're doing, and yet they're criticizing you for what you're doing. You know that kind of individual. But this is definitely somebody who's like, you know what, just make up your mind, Scorpio. What the hell is wrong with you? She doesn't have very kind words to say. And again, this could represent your own inner voice kind of getting down on yourself, feeling like, shit, I just can't figure out what the hell I want. What's wrong with me? And then you have this King of Swords over here, who's being blunt, forthright, and very honest with you. And I think he's telling you, you know, you're lying to yourself, because you're sitting here thinking, if I just find this perfect job, then everything's going to be great. But this King of Swords is saying, what you're really looking for is that connection. What you're really looking for is the people that you'll be surrounded by, whether that's, you know, your new circle of friends or your new romantic partner, and you're just not finding the loyalty, you're not finding the quality, you're not finding the connection, the similarities, the you know, having things in common with those people where you just want to be around them all the time. And then there isn't the emotional connection as well. And so I think this King of Swords, again, could be representing your inner voice, but it could also be an actual person saying the reason why you're not happy is not because you don't like the work itself. It's because of the people that you're finding yourself surrounded by when you get involved in these situations. And so you quit and move on, because that's your real concern, is those connections. And I think that there is a real significant level of grief and frustration here with the number of times that you feel like you've had to start over and then end things and start over and end things. And things really are starting to feel out of control, to a point where maybe you don't know which way is up. What do you try next? Where do you go next? Are you running out of options, Scorpio? I mean, I feel a certain level of grief and frustration, maybe with regard to the very last thing, whatever you walked away from most recently. It almost feels like you're putting more effort into trying to get away from whatever that new thing, that latest new thing is that you've tried. You're putting more effort into fighting and trying to get away from those things than you are in trying to invest time and energy into them, because I think it just, again, there's a really strong sense of dissatisfaction with regard to these new things that you're trying, starting and stopping, but it's not a starting and stopping. I take that back, because starting and stopping would be the same thing, right? It feels like different things. But I don't think it's the thing itself, Scorpio. That's the thing. I don't think it's the thing itself that has you walking away and trying something new, feeling dissatisfied. It is the connections related to that thing. And again, I say thing because this could be anything. But it feels like it could be work or job related, or just making connections within, again, it could be a social circle. You could be trying new, you know, they have those meetup groups, for example. So there's meetup groups for just about anything. You can find meetup groups for people who like to hike, or meetup groups for people who want to sit and drink wine together, or meetup groups for people who have dogs, you know, anything, you know, all kinds of, the spiritual meetup groups, you know, meditating and yoga meetup group. There's just about anything you can think of, there's a meetup group for it. And if there isn't, you can start one for yourself, right? You could be trying out those different things, seeing if you can find some new connections within those types of social circles. And it's just that nothing is satisfying for Scorpio. But again, you know, this Queen of Swords is telling me that you're really not giving a whole lot of energy and effort into whatever new thing you're trying next to give it a fair shake. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to take this card that's sticking out, and we have the Counselor, which is the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Water, or the 12 of Water. Did come out in your reading early on. And let's see what this has to say, Scorpio, and then we're going to wrap this up. Okay, the 12 of Water, the Counselor. It's about 3/4 of a page, Scorpio, and I'll display the card for you. We'll see what this has to say. Let's see if we can't figure anything else out for you. Here we go. The Counselor of Water represents one who stands high, an elder, advisor, or wise man or woman whom the king or queen calls upon to discuss their feelings regarding a situation or experience of concern. She or he is someone who is trusted. They are a caring, compassionate person who will listen attentively, only interrupting the flow to ask if there is need. Once the tale is told, the counselor offers her thoughts in an objective manner. Her role is not to give instruction, but to present alternatives and insight that will help the seeker understand the thoughts and feelings that may be clouding their judgment. She's an empathetic person, skilled at stepping outside of herself to look through the eyes of others. She never judges and offers only compassion and the opportunity to understand the emotions at play. By asking the right questions, she helps people to come to their own conclusions about what feels right for them and how to proceed from that point. If you don't have this type of person in your life, Scorpio, you need someone like this. A counselor type individual who's non-judgmental and who's not going to say, you know what, you're effing up your life. You know, you don't want someone who you can talk to and then they're going to come back at you with things that are going to be hurtful. You don't want that. I think that you need someone who's compassionate, who's going to listen to you and understand and maybe help you understand or gain some clarity with regard to whatever this is that you're trying to seek, trying to find. Sorry, I had to interject my opinion. Here we go. When the counselor appears in a reading, she symbolizes a need to be empathetic and objective when dealing with emotionally complex situations. If you can, look beyond the words being spoken to see the emotions behind them. If you cannot, the counselor asks that you seek out the wisdom of someone who can. There may also be a time approaching that will require you to keep your emotions in check, especially if they are confused. If you are feeling reactive or challenged, talking it through might help you to make sense of your feelings and provide you with answers. If you act without taking this step, your mixed or confused emotions may muddy the waters further. So there we go. And, you know, honestly, Scorpio, the strongest feeling I get from this reading is just this need to kind of hone in on what it is that you're looking for. And that might mean that you listen to someone like a king of swords, and this person's not going to necessarily be real empathetic necessarily. He's going to give you the facts. He's going to be clear about what he thinks. He's going to give you an honest opinion. But he's not going to be real warm and sorry, I've got rocks falling over here. He's not going to be real warm and receptive to sugarcoating things and making you feel better about maybe poor choices you made in the past and that kind of. He's going to tell you if you're lying to yourself. He's going to say, look, you're not looking for a job that you like. You don't really care about the type of work you're doing. What you're looking for is a connection or a relationship, and that's what you're not finding. So, you know, maybe be honest with yourself and say, you know, I'm not finding the right people to connect with. It has nothing to do with the work that I'm doing. But again, you've got this energy out here indicating that the work is where it's at. You're looking for the work that's going to provide you the pentacles you need to be happy. I don't think that this is really what you're looking for, even though that's what you're trying. And again, it feels like I'm kind of narrowing down this whole idea of what it is you're looking for, whether it be social circle, hobbies, work, that kind of thing. It feels like it's work related to me, but it doesn't have to be. I'm just pointing that out. That's what it feels like. Okay, Scorpio, before I continue to ramble, I'm going to leave this here. I hope that this reading gave you some clarity, helped you out in some way, shape, or form. I really appreciate you watching the video. If it did resonate, please like, share, subscribe. If you feel like leaving a comment, that's always great too. Thank you so much, and I hope I see you next time. Bye, Scorpio.